Nate? Nate who? Nate who? We have one good game this year. What's that right now? Don't get scared now. Don't get scared of the spotlight now.
That's what happens.
Don't get scared of the spotlight now.
That's what happens. Red and yellow. You scared to get blasted for the camera? Are you kidding me? I'm just saying. You got
never catch a shot, bro.
You got him.
I never catch a shot. Pull up your iPhone on channel on Fox. On Fox 2 weeks ago.
That's the mean Joe Green warm up, right?
I want to know what you got to say. I'm gonna put it on you. I'm gonna be like, what? So what you think? I'm gonna be like, yo, Keith. So what you think?
Whatever you say.
Whatever you say.
Hey, welcome everybody. We had world famous Marble Hill Barbershop. We did a show here like about 2 months ago. The show was so good that, we figured we'd come back again. We're here with some of the usual suspects. I'm the Hammer. You got my man Coach here. Got my man Nigel here. Introduce yourself. Chris, he was on the show before when we was here. Jason, and my man with the Steelers.
All right, Al.
Big Al. And you are?
Keisha.
And we got my man Mustafa doing his thing. We got my man Garfield doing his thing. What he do? Cutting his hair. New York Knicks basketball, man. The Knicks are the hottest team in the NBA right now. Won 14 out of their last 15. It was a fairly easy game. Melo and J.R. Smith each had 31. Knicks is on the roll. They're playing well. What we want to know right now from our guest here is which Knicks team is going to show up in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Coach, I know you know. You've been down with them all year. You haven't faded. Knicks playing well. Right. Kenyon's hurt right now. Chandler's hurt. We don't know if Kenyon's going to be back. Severely sprained ankle. But she's talking about he could possibly come back if they make it past the first round. But the bottom line is this. Knicks ain't been past the first round in how many years?
Wow, it's been a while.
Since '98.
Since '98. So, it'd be a big accomplishment for them to get past the first round. And listen, Knicks getting past the first round and getting deep into the playoffs is very good for NBA basketball. Big market teams, they've been looking for the Knicks to do this. We got some talk about the Lakers later on in the show, but look like they're going to be playing Boston. And Boston's always been a nemesis to the Knicks for years. But there's no Rondo this year. That's my man's team right there, which could hurt Boston in this first round against the Knicks, because the Knicks always seem to have problems with point guards. But Knicks are playing very well this year, so Coach, what you think, and you guys, please, one at a time, chime in, and how you think it's going to work out for them.
Well, the Knicks is playing well right now, and I believe they're going to do well in the playoffs also. The fact is, we're hurt, our big men are hurt, but I got faith in the big men will be back by the time the playoffs will start. Rasheed Wallace, I'll give him by the second round. Martin right now, he sprained his ankle, it's not severe, the x-rays came back negative. He told me that personally, it came back negative, so this way he'll be back. Basically, I think he'll be back by the playoff time. The Knicks are playing so good together as a unit. They trust in each other right now. So I have a lot of faith in them to do well. Boston's a team that we have trouble with them, but I don't see any trouble with them this year. We match up as well as they do. We're going to go small. If we have to go small, we go small. But I got faith in our team will win this playoff round against Boston.
You got the Melo shirt on.
Of course. And I don't see where Boston ever has been a big problem to the Knicks. Who's the first team to beat Boston in the decisive 7th game in the Boston Garden? New York Knicks. Who's the first team to beat them in a decisive 5th game in the Boston Garden? Patrick Ewing turnaround three-pointer in the corner. The New York Knicks. So when has Boston really been a problem to the Knicks? When have they been a problem to the Knicks? Well, they haven't.
They've been a problem to them the last couple of years, actually. They've been bumping them out of the playoffs the last couple of years.
Well, no. Miami bumped up. We haven't really done much in the playoffs.
Year before they played Boston, they got bumped.
We got bumped, but that was... We have to do our homework, okay? We're coming in from, we just had gotten, that summer we signed Amari, that was his first year in New York, and we traded for Melo mid-season. What did we really expect was going to happen? We didn't expect everybody was going to mesh right away and we were going to be Boston. That's when they were basically, on top. They were doing their thing. Now, Melo's had some time to mesh with his teammates, bring in some new teammates. And what did we do to Boston this year? 3-1. Didn't lose in the Boston Garden. So I don't see much of a problem there.
Okay. I mean, I technically respect Boston. You know what I'm saying? Regular season, as my man Barry knows, he's a ref over there. And playoff basketball, two different things. Two different things. You know what I'm saying? You throw all that regular season stuff out the window. The only knock on Carmelo is that he's been a good player and a great scorer, but he's only led his team past the first round one time in Denver. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see this year. You get a chance. We'll see this year. They have a better team. The thing with the Knicks that I see is if they're not hitting their three-pointers and they tend to fall in love with their three-pointers a lot, that's when they tend to fall off. You know, and they tend to hurt themselves.
But the question you just said about that one, you see the difference. JR and Melo are going to the basket. Now they got plays that they posting them down low, close to the basket, getting ready for the playoffs now. So whatever.
Coach, you know, I'm sorry, you know and I know, like everybody else knowing here.
Right.
You got to have a low post presence come playoff time.
Right.
What are the Knicks going to do about that?
Melo.
Excuse me, Coach. You said that the Knicks is playing real good, and I like basketball, and I watched several of their games. What do you see the Knicks winning in the NBA? Let's talk about that, because they've been playing well. They've been up and down like a roller coaster. Where are we going to see the Knicks? Are we going to see them in 2014?
We're going to see them this year.
This year they're going to win?
They're going to win.
You're going to celebrate?
We're going to celebrate.
Okay, because that's what I want to see.
We're going to celebrate.
I want to see the New York.
We're going to take one game at a time. One game at a time. And one series at a time. And we're going to improve, because as long as we get our bigs back in the second round, we're going to go to the championship.
Yes, because I would like to see the New York Knicks.
Definitely agree with that.
You know what I mean?
Definitely agree with that.
Their whole mindset is ready for the championship. That's what we got these players here for.
This whole run that the Knicks have had has been keyed by J.R. Smith. When he stopped shooting threes and he started taking everything to the basket, it opened up the perimeter for everybody. Now Felton's hitting, Jason Kidd is hitting, Novak's hitting. It opened up everything. Now, instead of 1 to 2 free throws, he's at the free throw line 8-9 times a game. He's opened up the whole floor for everybody else to be successful. We beat Cleveland. We went into Boston and won without our bigs. Everybody says our bigs, but we've been playing great basketball without our bigs. So when we get Kenyon Martin back, and like everybody said, if the playoffs started today, all of these guys can play.
Right.
They're just resting like everybody else has been resting players. LeBron and Wade just played their first game last night together in about 2 weeks. This is what you do when you're at the end of the season, when you want to get healthy and you want to get guys together. This is what you do, and this is what we're doing. We're ready for the stretch. We're ready for the playoffs.
I'll see y'all in a month.
All right, Boston, how you feel about that? You know,
well, starting from the beginning, for the brothers that didn't know my name, I'm Al again, and I'm a Boston Celtic, and I'm a New York hater.
Okay. All right.
Just to let y'all know, all right?
Okay.
Now, for the Knicks to win the championship this year, next year, or any other year, they must be playing in the Rucker. Okay, that's number one. Because you guys can only win an old school basketball game. It's got to be an old school, like in Marble Hill Classics, 40 and over. That's the only way that I feel the Knicks can win. That's all. That's the only way I feel that Knicks can win it all. Okay. And as far as you winning a championship without playing in the post, I don't see it happening. Them threes are definitely going to run out eventually. They're going to definitely run out eventually. That's it. Then once y'all start putting those big guys in, I just hope the Knicks fans got some Ben Gay or something, man.
Big guy, you think the Knicks are peaking too much right now? You think they're gonna, the streak is gonna run out?
The Knicks look great.
They're playing well right now.
The Knicks look great. They look great, but I don't think it's their time yet. I definitely don't think it's their time yet. I really don't.
Let's just chime in with
I really don't. But as far as my Celtics going, I'm a diehard Celtic. You can't tell me that I'm not going to the championship. I believe we're going to the championship. I believe we can do it until it's time. Until the time comes, and we're knocked out. Right now, we're in. We're in it to win it. Just like you got $1 to win a dream in a lotto. Same thing we're doing right now. We're in it to win it.
All right.
Just like you guys in it. I know everybody's fighting for a better position in the playoffs, but as far as us, we just need to get in the playoffs.
Well, y'all in.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, exactly. So we're in the playoffs, but we will not play our regular players. We're going to keep them reserved. Everybody else wants to play their players, and then you see what happened to Kenyon Martin, which you guys definitely need.
Well, Garnett just came back too.
Yes, Garnett.
And he rested last night, and Pierce rested last night. I don't see them playing for the rest of the season until the playoffs start.
Right. That's where it comes in coaching. Well, that's how we're gonna win. We're gonna win with the coach. You guys, like I said again, I'm a New York hater. I'm not here to offend anybody. I don't like any New York teams. I've been in New York my whole life, in the Bronx my whole entire life. But we do exist. And I am the #1 New York hater. Okay. And I wish all you guys the best in life. Not Knicks. Wish you guys are gentlemen the best in life.
I appreciate that.
All right.
All right.
I think the Knicks need to just
speak loud.
I think the Knicks need to just stay current on what they're doing. I think we need to stay focused. I think we need to just play our game. I don't think we need to worry about the haters, whether they be in New York, you know, Boston, or wherever he's from, you know, Steelers, all that. I think we need to just stay as one and just talk, constantly passing the ball around, constantly just thinking of new things to do. We can never stay original. You know what I mean? We can never stay to the point where people will figure us out.
Well, it all starts with defense too.
I think it starts first. I think it starts with heart. You gotta have heart to play or do anything first and foremost. If you don't have a heart, you're not gonna complete anything you want to do. Then after that, you gotta have a plan. After you have a plan, you gotta have execution. After execution, you have to do it all over and keep going until you get to the goal at hand. Now, I'm a Knicks fan. Die hard, grew up on them. I grew up in the house with Mets fans. I grew up in the house with Steelers fans. I grew up in the house with Jets. All that, but with the Knicks, there's just so much foundation as far as fan base goes that it is our time this year. In 2014, we're going to take the chip. First round, we're going to bump them out the way. Second round, I think the Pacers are going to get smacked in their mouth, and then after that, we're just going to just keep going.
Okay, one thing, I'll let you talk for a second, Panda, but you're a Brooklyn guy, so you chime in a little. One thing I don't, you know, you're talking about fan base. You know, there's a lot of, you know, New Yorkers that's got a problem with Melo. You know, and I don't want to speak on that now. Without Melo, there's no 51 team here.
Of course.
Without Melo, there's definitely no 51 team here.
No.
So, you know, as far as like a lot of New York Knicks basketball, you know, fans, you know, y'all hating on Melo a lot of times. Y'all need to cut that out, because he's definitely, without a doubt, top 5 player in the NBA. You know what I mean? Without him, there's no 51 season. There's possibly no, I'm not even going to say no playoffs, because Amari got hurt though. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even know. But there might not even be no playoffs. You know, he's leading the league in scoring. You know, him and Durant's going at it right now. I think it's more important for him right now, because I think Oklahoma City and San Antonio's driving for that first place. So, you know, Durant's got to do whatever he's got to do. Knicks is already settled in that second spot. I don't see Pacers beating them tomorrow, though they got a big game tomorrow against Indiana at home, which would be like a playoff type of atmosphere. They have to Garden though, you know, because Indiana has fallen off a little bit. They've lost that second seed. I don't think it's too late. It might just be too late for them to get that second seed, but just in case they have to play the Knicks in the second round, it would look like it'd be that way. They're going to have something to prove, though, you know. And I think it hurts Indiana by not having Danny Granger there, you know. So I do give the Knicks the edge there. But one thing I will say, and I'll let y'all talk a little more about this to move on. Knicks got to win the first round playoff game first.
And,
you know what I'm saying? You know, that's their first goal before talking about championships. Second round, win a first round game first.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? That's something we haven't done in years.
Well, I've heard, I keep hearing, and I heard from the hater, the 3-pointers, that can't happen. It can't. We led the league in three. We just broke the single season 3-point record. Why can't we keep hitting them?
That's true, but you know, just like I know, and I can tell you know the game of basketball, and like my man Barry does. Playoff time is different. Teams take away what you do best. They try to take away what you do best.
Okay, but they take away your fast breaks. They take away. You can't take away Melo. That's just bottom line.
No.
When we get into a half-court set, we have 2 players that are basically unguardable. We have 3-point guards on the court. Either it's Kidd, Prigioni, or Felton. They all throw their lobs. We play well together. Kenyon Martin's going to be the biggest part of this, because when you talk about defense,
listen, I like Kenyon, but what's all this Kenyon Martin thing? Like, is he the savior?
No, he is Charles Oakley. He's our Charles Oakley of this generation. You're not gonna come through the middle and lay the ball in and look pretty and go on. He's gonna put you on the floor. Now you're gonna think, when I go back in that hole again, I gotta worry about Kenyon Martin coming and leveling me. I have to worry about that.
Right, but he's got to stay in the game too.
He will. You get 6 fouls.
You get 6 fouls. He's got to stay.
We only need him 20 minutes.
You know what I mean? So, But like I said, Knicks just need to win first round playoff game first, B. You know what I mean? I think that's the first goal for New York
Playoff
basketball.
series.
Yeah,
Right.
playoff series. They need to win a playoff series first. You know what I mean? They've been bumped from the playoffs. So all this 50 wins and 53 wins or what have you,
Nothing.
will mean nothing.
Right.
Mean
So
nothing.
it's very important, you know what I'm saying, Coach?
Right.
For them to get out the first round. You get out the first round, then we take it from there. You know what I mean? But it looks like they'll get out the first round. We'll hope we get out. We hope they get out the first round because they've been playing well all year. And right now they're playing some of the best basketball in the NBA. We'll just hope that they haven't shot their load too early. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
God's the best of planners.
On the other side though, Brooklyn's playing well too. You know, that's a team that you know, Knicks are getting all the publicity, and they should. You know, in New York Knicks basketball, this is New York, but Brooklyn's playing well. You know, they're 49 and 30. I mean, Knicks are 52 and 27. But hey, Brooklyn can wind up with 50 wins too, B.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
You think if they wind up meeting each other?
I think it'll be a tough series.
Think we go to this?
I think 6 or 7 games without a doubt. They match up well.
They go 7 games.
They match up well because
That's what they got to play, right?
if they advance,
Yeah.
no.
Knicks is a 2, Brooklyn's a 4.
Right, but
Brooklyn would
Brooklyn
see
would
Miami
play,
before they see us.
Wouldn't Brooklyn play Chicago
In the first round.
in the first round?
Yeah.
There's a
If they
possibility
win.
that Brooklyn can beat Chicago in the first round.
Yeah, and then they would go to Miami.
And then they would go to
And
Miami.
the 4 plays the 1.
Actually,
Okay.
we'll be playing the Hawks in the first round.
Y'all play the Hawks.
We play the Hawks.
4 against 5.
So
Yeah,
Indiana will play Chicago.
Yeah, we'll
It's
play
up in the air right now, honestly. Chicago or Atlanta could claim the 5th seed.
Okay, and that's the team that the Knicks have had problems with Chicago.
Both teams. Chicago and Miami.
Physical teams Chicago, Indiana, they've had problems with them because they're big.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we'll see what happens though. You know, playoff time comes. But Brooklyn's playing well. They
Yeah,
won
Brooklyn's
last night.
playing well. D
Williams.
D. Williams is looking good. He's starting to.
You said it right, D Wade. It's all in your mind. It's all
No
in your mind.
Freudian, no Freudian
There you
slip
go.
there. D. Will's looking good. Brooklyn's stepping up, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
stepping up.
yes,
No doubt.
stepping up.
No doubt.
Yes.
It's getting a lot of flack from Brook, but Brooklyn Lopez is looking damn good. Only person I got to worry about is Joe Johnson. He needs to step his game up a little bit.
Yeah, he's been hurt.
Yeah, he needs to step his game up a little bit. But we got Blanche coming off the bench, teaming up with Brook, and that's giving people problems. That's a matchup problem right there. So we'll get out the first round. We don't have the Tracy McGrady problems. You know, we'll get out the first round.
You need a little, don't you think you need more from Gerald Wallace though? You know what
We
I'm
need
saying?
more from Marshawn Brooks. That's what I think.
Coming off the bench.
Coming off the bench. He's our J.R. Smith. We need him to step up.
All right.
We need him to step up. Blanche coming off the bench is great, but Brooks needs to step up.
You don't feel the Nets have underachieved this year?
No, we didn't overachieve. We weren't even supposed to be in this spot.
Not with all of this talent you got?
You guys got a lot of talent.
We got a lot of
Wait,
talent,
you
but
have
listen,
a
we got
$200 million backcourt.
Right.
You have a top 3 center in the NBA, maybe top 2 center in the NBA in Lopez. You got Gerald Wallace, who's making $10 million. Humphreys, who coming off averaging a double last year.
But he's had a down year though. He's had a down year
Because Reggie Evans. But that's what I'm saying. But then you got Reggie Evans. You got C.J. Watson, who played well. You got C.J. Watson, who played well in place of Derrick Rose last year in Chicago. This team, to me, is a 58, 59 win team with the talent that they have. I feel like the talent on paper, they should be more than a 40. And I have to correct you. They're a 47 win team. We gave them too many wins. They're 47 and 32.
47 and 32?
Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
47 and 32.
Looking at the schedule.
Okay. But they still might
But
want to
listen,
be a
they're a
51
good team
team
for White
though.
right now. I mean, look at the beginning of the season. Everything was going well. Avery Johnson gets fired because D. Will's not listening to him. We rebound with PJ. I mean, I'm happy with 47 wins. I'm happy with 47 wins and the playoffs and home court advantage.
And that's
not
well
bad.
right
Yeah, but how long before somebody chokes PJ?
I don't think that's going to happen.
But
I don't think that's going to
listen,
happen.
he's a good coach. He's a good coach. You know?
He's looking good right now. How good is he? We really don't know.
Exactly. I think he has he has players in place, and since the All-Star break, D. Will, in my opinion, has been playing lights out basketball.
Like the way we thought he would be.
Exactly. Like I thought he would be in Brooklyn from jump. He's been playing great.
Personally, I think he's out of shape.
Not now.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year, he was looking like a
Just like
linebacker.
Melo was out of shape last year, and you see the results. Same thing with D. Well, he's out of shape. He's fat.
Not this year.
He's
a little out of shape.
I mean, not
still going. He's still going.
He was out of shape, but since the All-Star break, after All-Star break, he's been playing like
on fire.
He's been playing like
that don't mean he's in shape. That just means he's been hitting shots.
No, but that means you're in shape because you've been going to the basket. You're playing well. You got your stamina.
I think that's about planning and execution.
And I think he's healthier too. I think his ankles are better too. I think his ankles is better too.
His ankles is definitely better. He said that.
You know what I mean? I think next year will tell where he really make the money he's worth making. This year is inconsistent.
Well, let's go at it. Let's go at it. Let's go Brooklyn, New York. Let's go point guard for point guard. D. Will, Raymond Felton.
He will.
He will all the way.
Off guard. Okay, Joe
Johnson?
Johnson, J.R. Smith. That's the state. J.R. Smith
right now.
J.R. Smith right now. Because he's the sixth man, possibly.
And Joe Johnson is playing with no confidence, right?
Right.
Yeah, right now he's.
But he's a Nick Killer, though, and he has hurt the Knicks this year.
A little.
Yes? No, not a little.
Yeah.
Not a little. He's hit some big shots. Small forward. Joe Wallace.
Joe Wallace is playing terrible basketball.
He is playing terrible basketball.
He's
playing terrible basketball.
He's not playing well.
So
we're not even gonna go to Melo. Let's skip.
Right.
You know,
you got Brooke Lopez, Tyson Chandler.
I think that's a draw. When Tyson Chandler was playing, he's a double-double. He's 11 points, 11 rebounds a game. Lopez has never been a rebounding center. He gets his 17, 18 points, but he's not a rebounding center. And let's not forget Tyson Chandler, the defending defensive player of the year. I think it's a standstill.
It's up there, without a doubt.
I think Lopez got the edge. He was an all-star center this year.
I say Lopez got the edge too. I mean, if I had to pick a player on my team, maybe Tyson Chandler, like we said, it's better for the Knicks. But I like Lopez better because of his offensive presence. If you ain't throwing lobs to Chandler, he ain't scoring.
Exactly.
Well, see,
no lobs, no.
Put back some lobs. That's it.
But Lopez doesn't do nothing on defense. I mean, he doesn't. You can go to the basket on Lopez. Chandler, you got.
Lopez can only get better.
But you know something?
I don't care what sport it is. Offense wins games, defense wins championships. And I was taught that from a young age, playing football, playing basketball, playing anything.
Right,
defense wins championships. If you can't play defense, you can't win.
It's true.
So I don't care what MVP George Lopez is. I don't care. We have one of the best defensive centers in the game.
Yeah, just one block a game. One block a game, though.
Well, he
changes shots.
People are scared to actually really come in the ball and test that man.
He changes shots.
If you get
we all know that there's stats that don't show up in the stat sheet.
If he had to check a point guard and put 5 seconds left in the game, 5 seconds left in the game like he did to Urban, he can do that. He can switch on the double. He can double team. He can switch.
Now we do that.
But Lopez do anything like he's not intelligent.
Chandler's a great.
But let's turn types now. If you throw the ball down to Lopez in the post with 3 seconds left in the game, he's going to score. If you throw the ball down the post to Tyson, what is he going to do?
That's not what you. But you're never going to throw the ball to Chandler down.
You got to get to half court. Before you get the ball to half court, you still got to get it up. Can a team do that in 3 seconds? I mean, realistically,
no, because you call timeout.
No.
You call timeout, and you get the ball to half court.
Okay.
You get half court.
Chandler fits what the Knicks want to do.
True.
We can't. If we have Lopez on our team, he clogs the middle. Now Melo can't get in the middle. JR can't get in the middle because they got to worry about Lopez clogging it up and getting him his shots.
Well, you know what?
We don't need him.
Melo's jump is outstanding right now. That's why he's able to do what he's doing. Right now, it's unconscious.
I don't think we've ever seen anybody score 50 on jump shots.
His jumper is ridiculous right now. Just ridiculous right now.
Paul Pierce couldn't do it. Paul Pierce couldn't get 50 on jump shot. I just know that. I'm just saying.
Let me ask you guys this, you Knicks fans. How do you feel about Kurt Thomas getting cut?
I don't like it.
I ain't like that.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, he got cut.
I don't like that he was down. He was with us for 80 games, and then you cut him now. I don't get that.
But you need a big man. You need a big guy.
But we didn't really get a big guy. We got Solomon Jones.
Solomon Jones.
Yeah. and picked up Solomon
Extra
Jones.
bodies.
Like,
What do you think about this kid, Horace Copeland, though?
He's good.
Playing well.
Chris Copeland?
Chris Copeland, I mean.
Yeah, he's all right.
I think he won't be on the Knicks next year. He's shown that he can
put the ball in the
create
basket.
his shot and put the ball in the basket in the NBA. Somebody's gonna give him some money next year. He'll move on. I mean, and Woodson's not big on him anyway because he doesn't play D. So
Right. Let's move on to the West. Yo, big problems last night. You know, Lakers, Utah, battling for that final spot. Kobe's done. Lakers done.
Wasn't it the Warriors last night?
Yeah, but Utah and the Lakers are battling for the 8th spot. And Lakers beat Warriors last night, but and they beat them 118, 116. But in the process, Kobe goes down toward Achilles. He's done. So the Lakers are basically done.
You can't say that. Honestly, I'm gonna say why, because Kobe, and I'm not a Lakers fan, but Kobe is a coach within himself. Kobe was.
What they gonna do?
Kobe.
So he gonna coach him to a championship?
He's not gonna coach him to a championship. I see him coaching through the whole playoffs.
Nah.
Kobe will do the whole play. When they got Mike D'Antoni getting paid $5 million a year, they gonna let Kobe coach?
No.
Kobe took the clipboard from Coach D'Antoni a couple weeks ago, and then he won that game with them.
The Lakers are done.
Lakers are
I
done.
think they're done.
It's over. You just said you
Kobe-
didn't think they were done. Wait, hold on.
I think they're
You can't tell
done,
me.
but I don't think Kobe is going to just let them fall off like that. I don't think Kobe's just going
He
to
doesn't
say,
control that. It's over.
listen, man,
You can throw in the towel pretty much in LA, man. You know, it's the Clippers, yeah. I mean,
First of all, they wasn't playing so great with Kobe.
True.
It's not like this is not a 50-60 win team. This is a team
trying to get
fighting
the
for
eighth
the 8th
spot.
seed.
Yeah.
So how great were they playing? Now they don't have
I'm
him.
not taking them out. I think they're gonna be like he's saying, but I'm gonna change it another way. Once you got Howard,
Superman's gonna show up finally.
he's gonna finally show up. He's gonna be his team now. He's gonna finally show up. How many games they got left?
2, 3.
We get some. I just have
Well, they gotta win all 3.
I get you next.
They can't tie it up because they tied. Utah
They
got
finished, right.
finished. So I give them winning all 3.
Utah's playing well right now, fellas. They're playing well. They've won what? 8 out of their last 10. They're
They got
playing
a
well
weaker
at the right
schedule,
time.
too. They got a weaker schedule.
Regardless, Vinny.
I'm just
regardless,
saying. I'm saying they got a weaker schedule.
The bottom line is
they got
the bottom line
Memphis.
is this.
You need the W's right now.
Right.
Right.
I don't care how you get them.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I want to see
We talk about
LA.
that
I
all
want
the
to see
time.
LA.
Anything
Now,
happen.
You know something? I think it would have been a good push if LA played San Antonio in the playoffs, because LA has a chance of beating San Antonio in the playoffs. But they can't beat Oklahoma City. Any athletic team, Lakers can't beat. But when you got Kobe playing against San Antonio, which is a big team, which is a slow team, similar to like the Lakers are, they just coach better. You know what I mean? They had a chance to bump San Antonio if San Antonio was a #1 seed, Mustafa, in the first round. You know what I mean? So, but we don't.
The key thing you said.
Kobe
Coaching.
Right.
Popovich will outcoach Mike D'Antoni under
Any day.
a table.
any day.
So
Any
there's
day.
no way in the world that they were going to beat San Antonio
No,
with Popovich.
I disagree.
I
I
disagree,
disagree because they match up well. They match up well.
Yeah.
It's all about
They're more-
matchup.
It's all about the
matchup.
team.
It's all about matchup.
the team, and the coach is part of the team.
Because
The
it's a
one thing
half court.
if you have a coach that can be another coach, and he knows how to organize, he knows how to throw it in. Popovich is a coach.
Popovich is a great
Well,
coach.
he's one of the best coaches to ever
If
coach
not-
the game.
if not the best
so
coach in the league.
to sit there and say that there might be a matchup, but Popovich knows how to rest his players, knows when to play them, knows how to read players. He's not a joke.
That ain't got nothing to do when you got
No,
the Black
playoffs
Mamba
are-
playing well. He had 47 the other night. He's
Is
been
the
on the
Black-
road.
Okay, so is the
And-
Black Mama gonna play this play?
No, he's not.
So then,
So that's
so then
no,
say
that's what I'm
say
saying.
what I was wrong a couple seconds ago. That was they're not good. They can't beat the Spurs.
No, they can't. They might even make the playoffs. I don't even see them make the playoffs.
They finish up with San Antonio.
They finish up with San Antonio and Houston.
Both in LA.
Both in LA, right?
And
Without Kobe?
I see them losing
I see them losing both
both
really.
of them.
I see.
Because I see Houston. Well, they
I
can
see
beat
it.
Houston though.
I'm seeing winning all their games, all 3 games left. 'Cause
They only got 2.
They got 2. Nash is gonna be. He's back, right?
The pressure's on.
Nash, first of all, Nash is still not back. So in these last 2 games, who gets Howard the ball? Kobe's not there. Nash isn't there. Are we going to rely on Steve Blake and Jody Meeks? I'm
them the ball?
I'm
You're
not.
right. You're right. Well, they still got 2 All-Stars. Like you said, you got Gasol, and you got Howard. So we'll see what happens. Talking about that West, Houston reminds me a little bit of the Knicks, a little bit, with their shooting and their scoring. Let's give let's give a big round of applause to my man Harden. This guy is having a great year. I didn't think he was. I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was that good.
Yeah,
good.
You know what I'm saying, Barry?
OKC still misses him.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
That Euro step has changed everything in the NBA. That Euro step is just incredible. And the way he works it, I mean, he's even better than Ginobili with that Euro step.
Right now.
And it just opens up everything for him. Like, watching him play and do that Euro step is incredible.
He has an old school game. You know, his game is old school. It's fundamentally sound. He knows when to go to the basket. He knows when to shoot the three. He knows how to pass the ball. He's really intelligent for a 3-year pro. I give it to him.
He's impressed me.
He's impressive.
He's impressed me a lot. Which Knick team is better? The team with Ewing, Starks, Oakley, Charles Smith, Rolando Blackman, or this team?
I gotta go with the old.
I go
You gotta
team.
go with the old team. Yeah, you gotta go with that old team, yeah.
Because they
That was the
played.
team that lost in the finals.
because
Yes,
they played-
I think
That was
they
the team
played
for
fine, right?
Yeah, team.
I mean, that team played.
That's
That
They
team
played with
That's-
heart. Like you said with heart, they had
That's
heart.
hard.
that
That's
team
hard.
played defense.
They played
It's
Like,
just,
there was
it's just
no.
that,
But you
that
know what?
team was relentless.
But you know what, Barry? They didn't have no offense though.
You're right, but if you watch those games on classic TV, those are the roughest, toughest,
That was
meanest
basketball.
games that you'll ever watch.
But as they playing, how the NBA's changed from there, that's the difference.
Right.
If you want to put that involved,
Now
Knicks is a better team then. But if you put the old team, you gotta
Against
go with
this
the old team.
You guys, we all think that.
I'm old
OT.
team.
Old
That
team.
heart from the old
I'm
team.
Pat Ewing, that's my man. I'm old team.
Oh, that's good.
Is John
Pat Ewing, man.
is John Starks better than J.R. Smith better than John Starks?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes,
Who's better, Johnson?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
yes. J.R. Smith is
Crunch
better.
time. I mean, Starks has been doing it for quite a few years. Though he did shoot us out of the championship.
John Starks was a spot-up shooter. Was a
I give John
was a
Starks.
volume glider.
I think,
spot-up
in my-
shooter.
John Stark. I'm
In
going
my
John
humble
Stark.
opinion, John Starks
Why?
is a smarter player than
Why?
J.R. Smith.
Okay.
Really? They
Smart.
both
Yeah,
was
yeah.
little.
If you're 0 for, if
They're
you're,
nuts.
They
They're
both was on the
nuts.
yellow bus, okay?
if you're 0 for 10 from 3-point range, why would you shoot another one?
Another
That's Pat
11.
Riley's fault.
Well, that's Pat. He should
Pat
get the ball
Riley's
to
fault.
Ewing. You know,
Pat Riley's fault.
but he's a more smarter ball player. He's a more defensive player, and he has a lot of heart. He doesn't.
He's more
He
defensive.
playing against better two guards.
Yeah.
Play against Jordan.
I
Come on.
think the time. That's what I'm saying. I would pick Starks because he's technically battle tested. He played against one of the best players ever played the game. Jordan. He played against.
But like,
He put the Bulls sometimes in some really tough positions. Can J.R. Smith do that to those Bulls back then?
I mean, like
Absolutely
Coach said,
not.
I agree with Coach when he said today's NBA. John Starks couldn't flourish in today's NBA. It's a totally different game.
Different, yeah, the
You
mindset.
know, so
mindset's
that's why
different.
I'm going with J.R. Smith, because I'm thinking about today's game. Could J.R. Smith, but looking at both spectrum, could J.R. Smith have survived in the 90s? I don't think he could have survived in the 90s.
I think
at
he would
all
went down
playing
faster in the
NBA.
90s than Starks went down in today's era.
If you had a choice, who would you rather have, Melo or Bernard King?
Bernard.
We Bernard
Bernard.
King. Who's going into the
Bernard.
Hall of Fame this
You
year?
know
That's
what's say
tough.
Melo.
That's not.
That's tough.
Think about it, Chris.
That's
Think
tough.
about it, Chris.
Right there, Chris.
That's tough. That's tough. I mean, that's tough. Hall of Fame, Bernard King. Inducted this year, no Celtics.
Look, this is what it's all about right here.
Because he was dropping little
That's
A-bombs
tough.
and talking. I'm glad you said that.
That's
You can
tough.
ask me about some Honey Nut Sugars.
I'm not gonna lie. That's tough.
Okay, Larry
Smith got
Bird,
that
Robert
first
Parrish, and Kevin McHale 50.
Yes, but we never went anywhere.
No, we didn't.
We never went anywhere.
And he came back from
We didn't
Achilles.
win division titles. No. He came back from Achilles and immediately we traded him to Washington, and that's where he got the rest of his points at.
That was a bad
Yeah,
move.
we immediately
That was a
traded
bad
him.
move.
But he never got. We never went anywhere. Yeah, he had. Melo had a division title. He's already have something up on Bernard King. Bernard King doesn't have any division titles. Bernard King didn't lead us to 50 wins. We didn't do. I mean, he was a great high scoring forward. He's going to the Hall of Fame.
Teams were better back then.
Why?
Celtics
He didn't have no help.
Celtics was a
Yeah,
mess.
well, I mean, the Larry Bird.
She didn't have no help.
The Larry
Look what he
Bird,
was
Robert
playing with.
Parrish era. I mean, that's just different. I mean, I
Kevin
can't.
Gill.
You gotta look at what he was playing with too. He didn't have that.
Who he
He
had?
didn't have
Royce.
nothing.
Who he had? Royce Barrow.
Royce Barrow.
Yeah,
Bill
nobody.
Cartwright.
And the
Bill
Sherrod.
Cartwright was a pretty good player, but he was on his way. He was on his way out though. But
Marvin Webster.
We had the guy from the Promenade. Ken the Animal.
Sly Williams.
Oh, Bannister.
Bannister.
Yeah.
Bannister, right?
so, I mean, I personally, I would take BK over Melo.
Oh well, and I gotta take Melo because everybody's taking BK, so I gotta take Melo.
That's
Plus you got the shirt on.
You got the shirt on.
Yeah,
So
I gotta take my boy.
you rep it. Let's change subjects and talk a little bit about this this golfing thing. This 14-year-old kid playing in the Masters. What's his name? Tanning Gun? Tanning
Guan.
Tanning Guan.
Is that Tiger Woods' bastard child?
Oh God.
Excuse me, man.
We doing the show.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That's okay.
This kid made the cut. He made cuts in the first round to play, in the Masters, which is impressive. One thing I do have to say about this whole golf issue thing is, how many guys we got out here on the street, Barry, Coach, that plays ball, that could possibly be in the NBA, but don't get that kind of opportunity? 16, 17-year-old kids out there that can play in the NBA. What's going on with that?
That's where we have the biggest. That's where we have the biggest disconnect in sports. If you play baseball, you're able to get signed and they can give you $1 million signing bonus at 16, 17, and stash you somewhere for 3 to 4 years. You can do it in baseball. I mean, you can't do it in football, but you can do it in baseball. You can do it in golf, tennis. But in basketball, you have to go to college for a year. Nerlin Knowles just blew out his knee. He wouldn't have went to college if we didn't have these rules in place. He wouldn't have had to go to college, which he probably might still be the #1 pick, but he now is damaged goods. He blew out his ACL, and now we don't know what's going to happen to the kid. But it's like, why aren't we afforded those opportunities?
Right. That's one thing I want to discuss. We ain't got much time to discuss that, but we can,
I think the problem with lies in that is that when these guys get into the NBA, I don't think that the vets truly guide them in a proper light. What I mean by that is these guys get in the NBA or whatever sport they get in, get that money, and then before you know it, a couple years down the line.
But you're not understanding what we're saying. They're not even getting the opportunity.
The reason why is because
this kid is in the Masters. Barry, it don't get no bigger than that. Don't get no bigger than the green jacket.
Well, let's remember why one of the reasons why they stopped NBA high school to the NBA is the NBA Players Association. There's a bunch of players in there who are like, listen, we might have 2 or 3 years left, but if you let these high school kids come in, they're going to push us out earlier than we want to be pushed out.
I think a lot of it had to come after the Sebastian Telfair incident too.
Yeah, well, he didn't pan out like they thought he would.
I mean, there was a lot of them that didn't pan out. Napoleon Young, there's a lot of them that didn't pan out.
I mean, not everyone is a Kevin Garnett.
For every LeBron James, there's Kwame Brown. So you want to bring it back. You want to bring it back.
The bottom line, the same regulations should be in all pro sports. That's how I feel about it. That it's supposed to be in all pro sports. It shouldn't be that a 14-year-old can come in and compete with the adults in an adult situation. You have adolescent leagues, you have pickup leagues, you should have pickup golf. You know, but he played against his own competitors.
I think it's fundamental too. I think at a 14-year-old age, you're still learning. So I think the fundamentals is perfect. That's why
this kid is an exception.
They got him as a go pro. He's very, very good. He's supposed to be like number 3 or number 4 right now.
He can be as good as you want to
be. What, he came out the womb swinging a golf club?
Yeah. How do we know he's good? Because he won a couple of tournaments in China? I don't know how good he is.
No,
how's he been doing today? He barely made the cut.
But guess what that's
being that you even barely made the cut against all these other
at 14, I guess.
Come on.
I think it's a Linsation kind of thing.
Yeah, it's the Asian invasion.
It's a Linsation kind of thing. Little Prodigy. You know,
that's
it's like mass media is quick to promote the young, but they won't do it for minority-controlled sports, sort of say.
Very good stuff. It's just certain things we can't say on the air that I'm trying to get at. You know what I'm saying?
I think we're trying to run with you with that. That's why.
Well, we don't have to be politically correct. I mean, listen, it's not enough black people in it. It's predominantly white. It's controlled by them. Let's keep it 100%. This is what On the Block Sports Talk is about. Can't hold back on that. We speak the truth. This young kid should not be playing in the pros. with the
grown
big
men.
boys.
Masters.
Okay,
The
that's
masters
the
at that.
Masters. That's it.
Whatever
You should be 17 to compete. Why is it different in that sport? Okay, football, hockey, you got to develop your bone. There's bone conditioning. But in this sport, come on. You know what I mean? Basketball is not as threatening either, but you put regulations on it because young athletes who are minorities are developing faster. They're gaining their riches and making access, and that's all it is.
I think it's about putting that invisible ceiling cap on certain individuals that go into certain sports.
Minority control
Minority
sports.
control sports.
I'm trying to be politically correct. I think
the
there's a glass ceiling across where people really don't see that. Hey, this is as far as we're gonna let you go. If you happen to get past that, you'll be one of the very rare.
Well, the question is, why is that though?
At the end of because the powers that be do not want to see certain individuals or certain group of individuals succeed the goals and dreams don't do.
On the block sports getting a petition about this.
Very good. Very good.
Okay.
At the end of the day, whatever sports that blacks dominate, they put an age restriction.
Right.
Bottom line.
Okay, there it is.
There it is.
But where was this talk when Michelle Wee was going up against men? No one said anything about that. And she was what 15, 16?
Because
no one said anything about that.
Because the fact of the matter is, when you bring that up, that was just such a powerful being itself. You didn't want to question that. You wanted to just see that be successful. And let's be honest, it was a woman against men. Okay, you wanted to see that be successful. You wanted that to happen.
Let's talk
so
about
all
this.
those questions got pushed out to the side. Girl, do your thing. We want to see you be happy.
Right,
so would you like to see Britney?
All right, one of the one other thing I want to say.
Keisha fight me.
The woman thing. My man from Dallas, the owner for Dallas. Mark Cuban.
Wow.
He wants Brittany Griner to enter the draft. He wants to draft Brittany Griner.
Publicity stunt.
That's publicity stunt.
You think so?
You gotta look at his whole way that he rocks and roll. He's just out in your face and open. He's not reserved. I mean, there's pictures of him using the urinal, holding the championship.
Listen, it's an historical move, but I strongly feel they should develop women's sports in that nature. I think women need their own sports categories to be competitive and respected.
That's not true.
No, that's not true.
Because the Texas.
That is true. That is true.
You know what? I think women can do the same thing that men can do, depending on what it is. I really do. I don't think you should put limits on the human beings.
They play very rough, but they don't do that.
I would like to see a kicker who's a woman in the sport, and I love football.
Right.
I don't think women should be isolated to their own thing.
Your girl must be watching.
Yeah.
She must be streaming this joint right now. You saying all the right things, buddy.
I gotta go home after this.
Listen,
We got to move on with that. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think men are just physically just too strong in that sport. Mostly any sports when it comes to football or basketball. Real quick, Yanks won last night. Turned 4-6, 5-6, 3-4 triple play. First time they did that. Second time since 2010, 1968. Second time since 1968. Big props to them, and they've been playing well. Yankee baseball. We're here in the Bronx. We're not too far from them. I'm a Yankee fan, so I got to shout out the Yankees. My man Mustafa was at the 40-40 Club earlier this week, chiming in with my man Byron Davis. You know, formerly of the Knicks. What is Byron Davis doing for the Knicks now, man? What is he?
Baron? Oh.
Baron Davis. He's working for the Knicks though.
He's working
for the Knicks.
He's on the payroll.
They had a thing early in the week with John Starks and Larry Johnson was over there in Van Cortlandt Park. So the Knicks are doing things though, but Mustafa, tell us a little something about that. Yeah,
it's hard to talk about, but it was the Bridget Kelly, party release at the 40-40 Club. Jay-Z on 40-40 Club. Very nice event. Was hanging out there. A lot of limelight, a lot of good stuff happening. So Bridget Kelly released her album, and Baron Davis was there. The girl from Destiny's Child, Kelly, was there. Neo, a lot of star-studded came out, and a lot of athletes came out to support the structure. So it was cool.
Jay-Z thing, real quick. Selling his part. We'll get about the present thing, but selling his part of the Brooklyn Nets and being a sports agent now. How do you guys feel about that?
He didn't really have a huge part of the Nets anyway.
I like that.
They valued his percentage at 350,000. It was less. It wasn't even 1%. It was 0.67%, which they said factored out to $350,000. So I mean, was somebody worth 500 million? So this is nothing for him. He's looking at the bigger picture because he has Robinson Cano. He's gonna sign Victor Cruz. I bet you CC's contract is up soon. He'll get CC. He'll do LeBron in 2 years. I mean, if you hate Jay-Z, you're gonna hate him more.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing about it with Jay. You see, you gotta understand, Jay-Z is a businessman, he's a businessman, not a businessman. You gotta understand, he flooded the whole Barclays Center with everything that he promotes. It has Ace of Spades spirits there. It has Rockaware clothing there. He also has a 40/40 dinette there. So there's a lot of things that he has there that are his personal stores. He took the 1% because he knew in the long run he's going to make that money. In the long run he's going to get more than what the 1% is. The 1% is what, 300,000? And figure.
And with him signing, with him relinquishing his control in the team, he still can have the Rockaway in there. He still can have the 40/40 club in there. He still can do the concerts in there. He just can't have a percentage of the team.
He might have a lifetime percentage. He might have lifetime rental there. Most of the majority of stores is his business entity. So that was a strong strategic move. He could bow out and go in, and now he don't have to answer to any NBA regulations or anything, just being its own right nation.
I believe that a couple of Brooklyn Nets will sign with him too.
Oh yeah,
possibly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he knows business.
I think a lot more than just the Brooklyn Nets people will sign. I think Jay-Z's making an extreme power move. I think he's extremely intelligent and he knows what he's doing. He's planning something, I think personally pretty bigger than
that's very good though. You know,
I think Jay-Z just by his last song, he's going to politics.
Oh, speaking of the song,
politics heavy.
Speaking of the song, you know, him giving clearance that he can go to Cuba. You know what I mean? But
you can't get into
no, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, the statement that he said with Barack was all on CNN and everything.
You can't rap about the things that he's rapped about and say the things that he said in the background that he has and run for president.
No,
former drug dealer. No, you know what I'm saying? Or any office, a former drug dealer conform to the streets, but it's not like he stopped rapping about the streets. It's not like he stopped rapping about guns or drugs.
President Obama, and that's a political move there.
Yeah, but I think he's used that to his disadvantage as to his advantage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, with the things he said in the lyrics from his the new song about him getting clearance to go to Cuba and doing things, and it's all right. You know, him coming from the hood, got props going to the White House. Certain things you kind of fall back on.
I went from the hood to smoking Cubans in Cuba. What can you tell me that I can't do? You can't tell me I can't do anything. That man puts his mind to it. He puts his head down. And he goes.
Well,
he went from the hood to Cuba to smoke Cuba.
Unfortunately, in a capitalistic society like we live in, that could be possible. You know, there's a lot of things that's done or rules that are bended in the name of business, and that's probably one of the situations. Because he spoke about it, it became a big issue, and you involved the president, it became a serious issue as far as CNN and all the news media. But what he said is just plain lyrics. Lyrics are fabricated.
Yeah. Lyrics are fabricated, and the White House is taking that and running with it. You know what I'm saying?
White House held a press conference to discuss Jay-Z.
Right.
Is that not incredible?
So with that being said, what can you tell me that I can't do? So he's gonna turn around. He's gonna do it. If I got the president, if I got the White House holding a press conference about the lyrics that I said on the mic that went to a track that went to the radio to the people's ears, what can you really tell me?
It's not even about lyrics. It's about the restrictions. First of all, you got to understand. What was that? El Duque. He had to come over and sneak over into America from Cuba. There's regulations behind it. We don't have a contact.
Let's be clear. The real problem about the real situation about this is let's keep it very official. Jay-Z said it on the track. That's what it was. That was the biggest thing, the fact that he opened his mouth and said it. Let's be honest, people. There's a lot of things going on in this world that we don't know.
But the president doesn't sign off on that. The Treasury does. So it doesn't. The president doesn't say, yeah, you can go to Cuba. You have to get that approved through the Treasury.
Well, the president's anointed position. But anyway, Kev.
But anyway, yo, that's it, man. We got to go. We like to thank, Marble Hill Barbershop. My man ROSY, he's the owner. He's not here today. We like to thank Garfield. We like to thank my man Mustafa. My man. Good guy. Last time we said, you wearing that mellow shirt. I kind of respect that. I like that. Coach, good looking out. Panda. My man, hey, he had some good Political correct thing. And yo, you know we always got my man Coach here. Definitely, my man Ref will make it happen. Stop. Yo.
Anyway, one last thing. You can check all shows in this show out on the YouTube channel, On the Block Sports Talk. Google that. Hit us up on the block Sports Talk at Gmail if you want to know more information on where we're going to be. Different events coming up where we're going to be appearing out in the streets. If you want us to come in your neighborhood, contact us on Facebook, On the Block Sports Talk page. Every Friday on Cablevision, channel 68, and on Verizon TV, channel 34. Every Friday at 8 a.m.
Check it out.
What's up? Check it out. On the Block Sports Talk.
Marble Hill Barbershop. Doing a shout out to all the nice people that come in Marble Hill. Me, Miss Rosie, he's out right now sick. Hi.
That's right. On the Block Sports Talk, we have our ladies checking us out too. They in the sports too. On the block.
We do press and curl, and they talk sports and everything here.
Marble Hill Barbershop. On the Block Sports Talk. All right. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Bye.
Marble Hill Barbershop.
I'm live to I am talking to my man right now about this Jay-Z open letter situation. It's kind of crazy. Trying to make a big deal out of nothing. Dude went out of town, spent some time with his lady, and now it's a political situation because he mentioned Barack Obama in the White House. It is what it is, but you know, black people stuff. We in the hood, we live right here. Y'all stay tuned. DWI is my name. Dimension Studios is where you find me. The Bronx, we got it. Y'all stay tuned. On the block Sports Talk. Right here, Bronx, Dimension Studios, DWI. Stay influenced. Yeah. I'm live to I am.